Okay, so breaking news and super hot take, there is a fallacy surrounding the silver supply crunch, and I'm going to blow it to smithereens in this video, so make sure you stick around. And if you don't know who I am Drew Wolfer. I am a pro trader, and I am the founder and CEO, and obviously the head trader at NORDIC Alpha, where I have a 91.5% win rate trading gold and silver inside of this market in just 2025. You can go and check it out anytime that you want. I promise you, sometimes every single person in this market is wrong, right? There's a difference in between being wrong and being early. And we've been talking about silver going down since silver hit $65 on this channel. I've been talking about it for even longer inside of NORDIC Alpha. And you're probably like, dude, you're an idiot if you shorted silver. The funny thing about that is inside of NORDIC Alpha, our last 5 trades on silver were day trade longs that we absolutely crushed it on and went 5 for 5. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into why I think that this whole supply crunch fallacy thing is, no one knows it, okay? And I'm gonna prove it to you and show it to you in real time why it's a fallacy and why the CME margin requirements, they did not tank the market, okay? So let's talk about it and let's get into it, because this is where it gets like real heavy. And the first thing I want to talk about is the CME margin requirements, okay? We're just going to talk about this really quickly, and then we're going to get into, and I'm going to blow that silver supply crunch fallacy to smithereens, and you can make your own decision from there, because I'm coming with facts, I'm coming with numbers, I'm coming with invoices, I'm coming with the real deal, Holyfield. And if you want the real deal, Holyfield analysis from me on where silver is going and like the key levels that it needs to uphold or break in order to go down or up, and you know, you want that 91.5% win rate to work for you so that you can add physical gold and silver to your bags when you profit as a trader, get inside of NORDIC Alpha. It's $29 a month. It's less than $1 a day. And what's the worst case scenario? You come in there for a month, you decide it's not for you, and you get out. No big deal. So let's talk about the CME. They are not fighting Shanghai like everybody thinks. Everybody thinks that they're fighting Shanghai. They're not. So CME, essentially, the reason why they raised these, this 2011, okay, this has precedent, okay? We saw silver surge very similarly to how it did just now in 2011, all right? And the same things that everyone's saying right now, trust me, they were saying them back in 2011 too. It's not different. I don't care what anybody says. I'm a technician. I've the majority of my net worth in physical gold and silver, right? And I have my long-term bags, but I'm going to trade it. And you guys can sit on the sidelines and not trade it if you want to, but I'm going to take advantage of it, okay? So here's the thing. They did this back in 2011 where they literally raised margin requirements 5 times in 2 weeks. And the margin requirements went up by 84%. So what happens when that happens? Because the futures market, which is the CME, it is a margin and leveraged market where you don't have to have all the physical capital in your account. You have what's called a margin requirement, right? But that means you can be margin called if you don't have enough money in your account. So when they raised all of these premiums, right, and they put the margin requirements higher, then a lot of people didn't have enough money in their account to satisfy that margin requirement. So then what happened? They got forced liquidated, what's called margin called, okay, because they couldn't pay the margin. They didn't have the margin in there, okay? Now, that means forced liquidations. Then those forced liquidations cause more forced liquidations because other people, after the price goes down, goes under their margin requirement. So this is like a waterfall trickle-down effect, right? Then when that happens, you've got a bunch of people stop losses getting hit on their longs. Then when that happens, the last line in the sand is you've got all the retail people that are like, oh my God, silver's over. They run for the hills, right? It's a cascade. It is a snowball effect. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy of sorts. And that is why back in 2011, silver dropped 35%. I'll show you. It dropped 35% in 2 weeks, right? Right here, from the top to the bottom, it dropped 35%. Then within about 2 months, it dropped 47%. And then before it found its bottom, it had dropped 72 to 73%. That is absolutely insane. Do you know where silver would be if we dropped 35% right now? $57 to $54 an ounce, which is levels that I've been calling out for weeks. Just saying. Go check my videos. Go fact check me. You do not have to believe me. Please don't believe me. Go and fact check me. Now, the other thing, okay? They've only done this twice so far. Why are they doing this? Okay, so this is a key aspect of this. CME is raising the margin requirements almost solely because of risk. They have a bunch of dumb money. They have a bunch of people that have never traded in this market, that know nothing about this market, coming in and actually trading in this market. Like, your grandma is trading silver futures right now. Your like buddy that is like a Starbucks barista and has never traded an asset a day in his life is like, yo, I'm trading silver right now. I went long. What? So when you have people like that coming in, and I'm not saying that you, the viewer, whoever is watching this, is dumb money, right? You're probably smart money because you're actually watching this, trying to understand why this is happening, right? And understanding it from a professional that's been in these markets for over 10 years, right? Go check me out. Just Google me. I would do the same exact thing. I'm a business owner. I've been an entrepreneur for almost my entire life, okay? I would do the exact same thing if I was CME, because if those people get margin called, guess who's losing the money? CME, because they're the ones that are putting up the funds and taking the risk by letting people come in and take those leveraged longs on leverage and on margin and not making them pay in full for those positions. So CME is on the hook for that. That's why they raised the requirements, because they're like, dude, we have a bunch of idiots in here that have never traded anything. That is raising our risk of them getting liquidated or them getting margin called or them just being idiots significantly. And that's the same thing in 2011. So that's why they raised the margin requirements. It's a risk parameter. It's not because they were like, oh, Shanghai has $100 silver, so we're going to try and bring it down. Dude, they don't care. They don't care that Shanghai has $100 silver. Only 2% of the silver, physical silver, go check it out on the CME or the COMEX website, left the COMEX vaults in December. There's no supply crunch. They don't care. Go watch the video that I have about the supply crunch, right? And I'm going to talk about it right now. Okay, if there was a supply crunch, why is this happening? Okay. If you look at gold, you can sell your gold for $4,213. Gold right now is at $4,322. That means that they're letting you sell your gold for 2.5% less of what it is worth. Why? Because they want gold. If they didn't want the gold, they would like give you 15, 20% less than what it's worth because they don't need it. They're like, well, I don't really care if we get more gold. But if they super need gold, they're going to be like, yeah, dude, we'll give you 2.5% less. When you buy your gold, you can buy it for 2.5% more. You can buy it for $44.58 when gold is sitting at, again, $43.23 right now, okay? That's a 2.5% uptick, like 2%. That's nothing, okay? And this is them saying, hey, there's not a supply crunch on gold, because if there was, we would be marking this up by 10, 20, 30%, right? Now let's look at silver. Silver is at $72 exactly, right? Silver's at $72 exactly. They are selling silver for, dude, this one's $73.50 right now, right? That's a like almost no markup. For a 0.999 silver, 1 ounce, this one's $75, barely any markup, right? This one is $76, barely any markup. And then that's where you get into the big dogs where it's like, you know, more like $80 to $83. So let's say even the $80, right? $80. Let's say that that's what it is. If you look at $80 minus $72 divided by 72, it's only marked up 11%, like they're top tier ones, right? That you can buy bulk of. But what happens when you go to try to sell silver? They're offering you $61 an ounce, okay? So what's $61 an ounce? 72 minus $61 an ounce divided by 72, which is 15.27%. They're offering you 15.27% less than what silver is worth. Now you're probably like, oh, dude, it's only the kangaroo coin. It's not. It's most of the coins. The African Krugerrand, the Philharmonic, whatever. Even the silver maple leaf from Canada is $66.69. So let's do that one. Still 7.5% less than what silver is worth. My point, supply and demand. If they don't have enough supply, then they're not going to be trying to charge you 7.5%, 15.5% to sell your silver. They're going to charge you 2.5% like they do with gold. A second reason why they're charging you that same 7.5%, because they're pricing in the fact that silver is going to bang out downwards at 15% in a day. Okay, they're not stupid. They know this stuff. Now, and you're probably like, oh, well, this is just how it is. This is a big thing in the market. What if I told you that right now they're charging higher or less premium when they're quoting a supply crunch than they did when there was no supply crunch? I'm going to prove it to you. This is my invoice from Miles Franklin back in 2022, on 11/15 of 2022. I bought gold for $18.61 and it was at $17.75. They upcharged me 4.85%. That's even more than they're upcharging me right now if I were to buy gold. They're only upcharging 2.5% right now. Now, with the silver kilos, I ended up paying $25.42 an ounce because I paid $8.17 a kilo. That was a 15% markup from the $22 spot price on that day. Look at the coins. $22 spot price, $28 was how much you had to pay for it. That's a 30% markup. So my point, they were marking it up 2 to 3 times more when there was no narrative of a supply crunch and silver was at $22. Now it's at $72 and there's a supply crunch and all these rhetorics that they're reading and giving you. Something smells a little fishy, my friends. That's all I'm saying. So my bias is that silver has only just started its leg down, right? $57 is where we're going to go for sure. Like, I'm not saying nothing is for sure, but I'm saying $57 is where I see silver going. We could hit 54, and if we lose 54, we're going to hit 50. And if we lose 50, you're probably going down to about 42 bucks, right? So that 35% drop in that 2 weeks in 2011, if you equate that to the prices that we have now, it would be a $57 silver. If you want to have these actionable insights all the time, again, I'm not saying that silver's going down like forever. I'm long-term bullish on silver. Silver's going to go up in 2026 most likely, and there's one level that it has to uphold in order for it to do that no matter what. And if you want that level, get inside of Nordic Alpha, and if you want the real deal, Holyfield, get inside of that private VIP trading room. It's less than $1 a day right now. The pricing will likely go up in 2026, and it's 29 bucks right now. I've called the top on gold multiple times this year. I called the top on silver the other day. I called the top on silver earlier this year. I've actually called the top like 4 times this year. So that might even be worth the price of admission for people that are silver and gold investors. So with that being said, if you like content like this, just give me a like. Make sure you hit subscribe and then boom, baby, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I hope to see you inside of Nordic Alpha. It's the first link in the description. Less than $1 a day. Do whatever you want to do, and have a wonderful and happy, beautiful holiday weekend with your families.